strong.
Hi, and welcome to Funny Minds. I'm your host, Lynn B.
And I am the co-host today, Mr. Edward Biss, and I am excited today because I get to welcome a good friend, vocalist extraordinaire, season five on The Voice, killing it.
Yeah.
Mr.
Man.
R. Anthony, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
Yes, long overdue.
And I see, besides being on The Voice, which, of course, I'm going to ask you a few questions, but not right at this second, you have a clothing line too?
No, I don't, but that is on my list. I'm a fashion guy. I love fashion. I got way too many clothes, but I got that on my list, definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you started it already.
No, I want to. In fact, I want to do three things, right? I want to do a clothing brand. I love eyewear, so definitely want my own brand for my eyewear. And then I love fedora. So looking to do those three: fedoras, eyewear, and clothing.
Because
I'll tell you what, man.
I saw you online modeling stuff, so I thought, oh, he's got his own clothing line. That's really cool.
But
that's just his closet, man. That's just his closet.
Some people do reach out to me, like asking for kind of advice and tips on stuff on kind of what to wear. So I figured I would do something like that to help some guys kind of have some new inspiration for outfit stuff. So
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, you got it. The suits. Killer.
Oh, it's a killer look. You look great. You look absolutely great. Are you married?
But I do like the eyewear. Of course he's married.
Yeah, I am.
All right, I was just wondering because I was saying to myself, if he's not married, he must be getting a shitload of texts or emails about, "Hi, buddy."
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I've been off the market for 23 years, so I'm.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Renard has a beautiful wife and family, and she is very active in the church as well as R.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And she's into production, theater.
Yeah.
So he's got a partner in crime over there.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
All right.
I do like the. I was going to mention the fashion, but Mom beat me to it.
I honed right in on that when I saw that. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. He's got his own vision line.
She was asking if you were married because she's actually trying to,
Oh, don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, she's like, hey, you want to go to lunch? How's it been going?
He didn't take his medication.
How's it been going? Yeah, right. How's it been going with you?
It's going good, man. I'm keeping busy. I do work a 9 to 5, and I've been working for a while, still working, providing for the family and all that stuff. But on the weekends, that's where my second life, I'll say, happens. I'm always gigging on the weekends. I get a good break in the summer, but usually during wedding season, around September to May, is when I'm busiest. So a lot of corporate gigs, a lot of wedding gigs. So keeping busy.
Well, I noticed that you have an R. Anthony band.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited.
I
saw that too.
My feelings a little hurt because apparently you needed a guitarist somewhere along the lines, and I didn't get that phone call, man. I'll put on the fedora, I'll put on the glasses, and I'll wear the hell out of that suit.
You know what, man? You're absolutely right, Eddie. Listen, I starting a band I've been in a band since 2015, I believe. And I just started my R. Anthony band, and it's kind of been a little bit rocky, going out on your own and doing things on your own and, trying to lock down musicians and all of that. So I've been talking to a lot of musicians. I finally got a good crew of musicians, and I needed a guitarist last weekend, man. And you're absolutely right, Eddie. I should have reached out to you, buddy, but I got you now.
I got
you. There we go. I love it, man. You know what? I had the pleasure of working with you. So I know about the 9 to 5, man. And I'll tell you what, for all our viewers and listeners that are now going to be fans of yours, who already should be fans of yours, when I met you at work, I'm not going to mention the company, but man, he was the most genuine, nicest person you would ever meet. And from that moment on, it was like,
yeah.
I'm waiting for that call. I'm waiting for that call.
Look, man, I was living it up when I found out that you are a musician and you're in a band. And it was very exciting to have somebody else at work who's like kind of doing the same.
It's weird to navigate those waters when you're a corporate man, but your real passion and your real life is outside those walls. So when you meet up with somebody who has the same going on, it's like, I'm back on my planet again, So breath of fresh air. But man, I'm so glad you made the time to come on with us today. What is going on in vocal world for you?
So I got my hands full with the R. Anthony Band, right? We got a promo video that we're going to be doing. Luckily I've been getting booked without a promo video, which is kind of unheard of for clientele that we're serving. But I started a band, R. Anthony Band. I'm working with NoahGrayMusic.com. He's a very amazing guy. And he's helped me to kind of stay on track, get things together. We got a promo video that we'll be shooting next week. And then we'll be marketing, man. We'll be hitting the pavement marketing for 2025, looking for a big year. And
all original tracks.
No, so what I do with a lot of these wedding corporate gigs is obviously we got to serve the client, right? They want to party, so we got to do a bunch of party stuff. But the cool thing is, man, I do get to slip in some original music, which is really cool. So looking forward to doing that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest, guys, like with life happening so fast, digging into the creativity of the creative space of doing original music has been a challenge. I'll be honest, man. I write songs, I have music, but finding time to pull musicians together, get in the studio is quite challenging with working a 9 to 5. And now my kids are older and one's going to college soon. So we're prepared for that too.
Wow. Okay.
Now, if you look at him, he looks like he just got out of college. So how do you have a kid that's going to go to college? That's the math doesn't add up to me.
Well,
man.
that's because he was 15 years old when he had him.
No, so we got married like at 21, right? We got married. My wife was still in college. And we just knew we were it. Like I knew she was it. She knew I was it. So we was like, hey, we're not gonna waste any time. So got married at 21. We said we wait a little bit before we had kids. I think we had our first kid around 25 or something like that. Okay. And we kind of knew like we wanted to have, still have some energy and stuff when they're out of the house. So we kind of planned it that way and done the very best we could with kind of keeping our bodies up so that we could still be healthy and all of that kind of stuff. When we're empty nest, man, we're going really
a party.
Has the musical gene passed on to the kids?
So here's what I'll say. My daughters are dancers. So from that perspective, yes. Vocally, they're not necessarily the greatest vocal singers.
Hopefully they're not listening to you, right?
I know, right?
See like a hand come out and start smacking you in the head.
But they can dance really good. I'll say that.
That's good.
I don't have the dancing gene, but they definitely. Oh, my daughter's looking in the window.
He's talking about me again.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's crazy because my whole family are singers. And so I come from a family of singers and I tried to teach my daughters early on. And apparently I was too hard on them. And so
that whole Zane and Key thing got under their skin, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So they really
Ariel,
shined.
You took their voice out,
Yeah. So they really shined at, dancing. They came up through cheerleading and then competitive dancing and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So
all right.
they're really good dancers. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's dive into it, man. Give us a little glimpse into your experience with the voice.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. I want to know about Blake.
So I like telling this story, right? Because I'm not really a competition guy. Like I don't like competitions, but I sing a song and there was a video of me singing. A friend of mine found a video of me singing and forwarded that video to the talent scouts. I guess they knew a talent scout. Sent it to that talent scout. That guy reached out to me and I was like, you got to be kidding me. This can't be real. The guy reached out and was like, hey, your friend so-and-so sent me a video of you singing. How do you feel about coming and doing a private audition? So I didn't have to do like the open call thing where you stand in line and there's thousands of people there. I didn't have to do that. I went to Miami for a private audition. It was an interesting experience doing that. My family went with me. They stayed in the parking lot. Literally drove there. We literally drove there. They sat in the parking lot, in the car. I went in for about an hour or so, did the audition, came out and left. And we went right back to Tampa. So it was one of those like come in, do the thing and leave.
Where did you have to drive to?
To Miami. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To Miami.
That's a good that's a good 4.
Yeah, that's a big ride. Yeah.
It was tough. But in that audition, they were like, we feel like you got something, but we don't feel like you chose the right songs. So the scout was like, you know what? Why don't you come back? This was in like December 2012. And so they were like, why don't you come back in January? We'll be in Atlanta. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to
drive 8 hours.
I got to drive 8 hours. Like, why don't you come back to the audition in Atlanta and think about some different songs? And so I got some different songs. I did the drive to Atlanta, of course, and did very well there. And of course, they don't really give you much, but did very well. And then everything went dark. I didn't hear anything for a few months. I didn't know if I did a good job. I didn't know if I was going to be on the show. But a few months later, they reached out and was like, hey, we'd like you to come to California and do an audition for the producers. And I did that. That was a nerve-wracking experience. Ultimately, I got on the show. There was 40,000 applicants, and I made it in the top 40. So it was absolutely amazing.
That's insane.
Wow. I didn't realize there were that many applicants.
Yeah, it's a lot of people want to sing. A lot of people want to hit it big.
Wow.
So I was of course flattered. You know, I to hear those statistics, I just felt really good. And then you listen to other singers and they've got their own style, their own flavor. They're amazing in their own right. And then you start second guessing yourself and wondering, am I good enough? So
am I good enough? Yes.
Am I what they're looking for? You know, that kind of stuff. So
plus it's the whole, it's going from 0 to 1,000. You know, you go from I'm auditioning for, they're not even producers yet, to I'm going to be standing on a stage on TV.
Yeah.
So that's literally 0 to 1,000. So that's, I don't care how good you are, that's still your nerves.
Yeah.
Get the better of you sometime.
They do. And a lot of times my nerves kind of help the performance, but I don't feel like it helped my performance when I luckily they turned around, and that was just wonderful to see that happen. But so I felt like
who was the chair turn for you?
Okay.
So 2 folks turned around. Christina was first, and then CeeLo, who was my absolute favorite. He turned around at the very end of the song. Technically, he shouldn't have been able to turn around because the song was over. Then he hit the button after
he did a little last minute twist.
Yeah, but I absolutely love CeeLo. So when it was CeeLo turned around, like I definitely wanted to go with CeeLo. Yeah.
And so I have to ask you about Blake. I mean, I didn't even watch The Voice this season because Blake was gone. And I started watching it and I was very disappointed because I'm like a big Blake fan. So give me something about Blake. I mean, like, what did you think of him? How is he really when you're actually there?
Blake is like the nicest guy in the world, like genuine, humble, very friendly, very accommodating, just the nicest. I mean, what you see on TV, that's Blake.
That's great.
He just exudes that nice spirit. He's a good guy. Absolutely.
My mother wants to know if he smells good.
Oh, stop.
You know what?
I do not.
I didn't get that close up to him, so I wouldn't
smells like bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey, something like that.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. I would have picked CeeLo myself. To be honest with you, I love CeeLo.
Well, I watched some of your performances. I wasn't able to watch all of them because some of them aren't there. So I watched some of them. I was like, wow, this guy's really good. I mean, you got to be good to get on The Voice anyhow, but still in all.
It's I think the biggest thing for something like that is just the mental health. I think if you're not in a good, strong mental place, it could really challenge you and challenge your performance. Like, you've got to be really strong, because a lot of us were in our heads thinking, I think for me specifically, I was in my head. Like, I was thinking, is this what they want? I was trying to sing more for them rather than singing for me, like having fun.
Yeah.
For me to have fun, because I'm thinking, I want to go far in this competition. I want to do my best, but I'm trying to win this competition, when I should have been more have fun. Like, do your thing, be your own artist, be okay with not being perfect. And so I think that played a lot into my nervousness and my performance, quite frankly, because I feel like, even though my vocal performance was pretty decent, my performance, stage presence was not on point. And I feel that's probably why I didn't get as far as it didn't really match my vocal performance. So
it's hard. I mean, you could always go back and, second guess yourself, and you know what you were feeling in that moment. Yeah. And then time goes by and you look back on those moments, or you look back on a video or whatever, and exactly, you're going, oh man.
Yeah.
If I had it to do over again, I would have did, and that's tough, but that's life.
But you can go back. Like, I see people that go back on The Voice. They were on one season and they come back again. I mean, did you ever consider?
Yeah, I did. I don't like competitions, but I almost do have that competitive thing, because I did think about going back, but it was so much of an interruption in my life. I quit my job to go to The Voice. I left the company.
Yeah.
And fortunately was able to come back to the company 6 months later. But
all right, that's good.
That loss of income in that season, and I'm the breadwinner of the house. So doing that now would absolutely be detrimental to my situation.
Yeah.
So.
Easier said than done.
Did you get anything out of it? Like, not from The Voice naturally, but
that's a great
from
question,
being on The Voice?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I got out of it. I got out of it the criticality of being prepared. I think the mind shift that I got from that whole experience taught me how to be super professional and super prepared. And those two things have helped me in my musical career since then. Yeah. Of course, I'm not touring the globe. I'm not, some famous artist out there.
Right.
But I love doing what I do, and I've been extremely successful in the wedding band, corporate band industry for the last almost 10 years.
Good.
It worked out really well. When I got off of The Voice, I met Thomas McClary, who is the original founder of the Commodores. He's the guitar player in the Commodores. And I met him, and I toured with him.
The name sounds so familiar. Were they a band from the 50s, 60s or something?
The Commodores.
The Commodores?
Yeah.
No brick. He's a brick. Don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She's been trapped in New Jersey for too long. You gotta forgive her. The Commodores are world renowned. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they are.
Man.
I thought I recognized the name.
Yeah. I toured with, Thomas McClary has a band, and I toured with him for, I think the last gig I did with them was probably 2 years ago. But my first tour experience was with him. We toured in UK twice. We went to Jakarta, Indonesia for a jazz festival. So I got a lot of my international experience and exposure with touring with him and his band. And fortunately for me, I got to lead pretty much all of the Commodore songs. So it was wonderful.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Exciting, though.
Those are the moments, man, that make it all worth it. And you sit here and shake your head and go, man, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is, you can't get back to church fast enough after that.
I know that's right.
You got to thank somebody,
Yeah, it was cool, and like I said, seeing how the voice worked in the background and how everything is timed and everything is professional, and it's a lot of hurry up and wait, but the preparation that they gave us, like they treated us so well. They treated us
Really?
like A-list celebrities. I mean, vocal lessons and every other day, and what is it? iPods before they got sophisticated. It was
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah,
iPods,
those
yeah.
little iPod
Okay.
things. They gave each of us those with our songs on them, and it was just they were just very careful with us.
hmm
It really felt like family. So that
That
whole
is so
experience,
nice to know, you
yeah, it
know?
is. It is. I've heard about other shows that don't feel so nice and don't feel like they're careful with you, but The Voice, I can
Okay.
definitely vouch for them. I mean, they're very super professional and very, very loving towards us. They were very concerned and wanting to ensure that we had everything that we need. So it was overall a great experience. Absolutely. Great experience.
Have
How long of a
you,
journey was it for you? Like
um,
how long were you over there in
I was
total?
probably in California for 2 months, I
Two
think,
months.
from when I started. Yeah, about two
okay.
months, and then
Did
came
you
home.
take the family out there with you? Did you take your wife with you?
I did get to fly my family up. My wife and my two daughters came. My
Mhm.
mom came. My
Nice.
mother-in-law and father-in-law came, and
Sweet.
my manager at the time also came. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was great to have them out there and seeing me kind of doing something that we've never imagined doing, inspiring my kids and all of that. It was great, wonderful experience.
That's
Did you
incredible,
have
man.
any invites to any other type of shows from The Voice, from being on The Voice?
No, no other invites from other shows. It's
Okay.
for The Voice. It's kind of like it's for me, like going into The Voice. I wasn't already fully established as an artist. I feel like I wasn't necessarily prepared with what to do
Okay.
leaving The Voice. You know what I'm saying? Like some
Mhm.
Okay.
people were already established, had a whole bunch of followers, and it sort of boosted them even more because they already had that established. For me, because I didn't have a long stint on The Voice and I didn't really have all my ducks in a row, I kind of didn't
Mhm.
know what to do after I was off.
It's
And
almost
so,
like you
Okay.
just start. It's like you're starting over.
right, right.
You
That's
know,
exactly
like
how
now
it
what
is.
do
Okay.
I do?
Yeah. And
Okay.
some of my friends here in Tampa have gone on to be in The Voice and got further than I did. And so it was kind of cool seeing them kind of walk
Mhm.
that walk and seeing kind of the doors that it has opened for them. Like
That's
DJ.
wonderful.
Yeah, DJ was a recent contestant. Kalia Lene was a
Mhm.
contestant in the last few years. So all of those are Tampa folks.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
Represent
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
man.
is
813,
wonderful.
813, baby.
Yeah, 813, baby. That's right. Yeah.
That's cool. So it's almost like a pseudo like fraternal feeling, like
Yeah.
you all sailed on the same ship, like so
Yeah.
you all get it, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, how often does that happen where your friends from the same area that you are get
hmm
to be in the 40,000 applicant situation, you know?
right,
Yeah,
right.
So it's cool.
Well,
that just
I'm going to
shows that Tampa
watch it for
rocks.
the next season
Tampa just
because
rocks.
Snoop Dogg's going to be one of the
Really?
coaches, and I love Snoop Dogg. I wish
Wow.
I'm trying in the worst way to get him on this show. And I said
Oh
he can
man.
even bring Martha with him. I don't care. He can blow a bone on the show. I don't care. I would just love to have him on the show. You know.
Listen, if you get Snoop Dogg on this show, just let me be honorary guest because I would love
Yes,
to be on the show with
you
you
will
as well.
be on the panel. Are you
Yes,
Yes,
kidding
sir.
me?
definitely. Well, I'm just putting out as many feelers as I can, and people from Hollywood, when they come back and they give me, they'll watch episodes and they'll say something to me, and some way bring the conversation around to, well, if you ever like, sit down with Snoop Dogg or run into him, would you tell him that I'm really a big fan, love Tampa? I always have to interject
Gotta put
something
it out
in
there.
there,
I can see Snoop Dogg go, who is this chick in New Jersey stalking me? Stalking me.
Yeah.
She's got purple hair. She's stalking me.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
God, yeah.
That's funny. But you're talking about preparation and how that, a big takeaway from the show and everything. And I think, for the listeners and viewers, when it comes to musicianship, how sometimes you got to learn how to be a professional, and
Absolutely.
you see it when you're in the business. You see the ones who are, and you see the ones who aren't.
Yeah.
And you really admire the ones, and you take notice of how they conduct themselves, how prepared they are, how their equipment works, how their stage is set up, how they've rehearsed, how they've, everything that goes, they put into it. And, being in a wedding band and doing corporate gigs like that, I mean, A, that's a massive set list. B, you have to contour it to your guest.
Yes, you do.
Or the corporation. Yeah. So there's a lot. You don't just show up, plug in, play. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So being prepared had to be, just a massive help for you.
It shows up in your performance too. No matter how familiar you are with the song, there's always a moment where you might drop a lyric or forget something.
Right.
But I think what people notice.
You think? If there's anything you can do on stage bad, I've done it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Fall over monitors, forget the song. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to account for those kinds of things too. But I think what people appreciate most, we see some of our favorite artists, and some of them that just blow me away, and you think that it's just a natural talent that does it, but it's not. It's like hours of getting good rest, even from a rest perspective. Like when I was on The Voice, some of the folks on The Voice were staying up like super late, knowing that we got to perform and record and film tomorrow, staying up late. And I had one show, I'll say this. I had one show where I'll tell you this. When we went to Carter with Thomas McClary and the Commodore group, we went there and it was a 27-hour flight.
Oh my God. Did you fly to the moon?
It was crazy, man. We flew to Tokyo and then from Tokyo to Bali and then Jakarta.
Wow.
It was crazy. When I got there, the hotel was amazing. It was 5 stars. It was a dream. When I got in the room, it was my first time ever experiencing blackout curtains. And so I fooled around, said, let me just sleep for, I forget what time we got there, but I had a few hours before we had to be at the stage. I said, let me just get a couple hours of sleep. I shut the curtains, pitch black in the room, and I died. I died to the world. I was gone.
Your soul left your body.
Nobody could wake me up. Like they were bamming on the door. Call time was like 6:15. Show starts at 7. It was like 6:29. They were still bamming on the door, calling me over and over again. I was.
Oh my God.
So by the time I finally heard the phone ring again, it was the front desk guy saying, "Hey, your party has left for the show. They sent another driver to come get you. Please come down as soon as possible." My voice was gone, completely gone.
Wow.
I got into a deep sleep, and that preparation, man, I'm telling you, it is critical.
Wow.
Whether it's vocal or whether it's stamina, energy, you gotta prepare for those moments. Because
I think vocally is I think it's the toughest because your body and like you said, sleep, how you live your life, whatever, I mean, affects your voice no matter what. If you're a guitarist or a drummer or whatever else, you could do what you want. You prepare, but your voice, when you sing, there's days where if I know I have to sing, it takes me an hour just to get to the point where I can sing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
So to wake up after a 20-something hour flight and fall deep asleep like that, and then to have to wake up and sing. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was scary. I got there probably like 5 minutes before it's time to get on the stage, right? I was trying to down as much tea and honey and as I could.
Yeah.
It's not a miracle fix at all, but I was just downing it. And honestly, man, the first 30 minutes of the night, and I had to lead all of the songs. So it was it wasn't good. I made it through. It wasn't completely terrible, but it took my voice at least 30 minutes to really kind of warm up to where I could some of the notes. So I was trying to take it really easy and play it really safe vocally, but it was for me it was a nightmare situation, man, because I never want to get up there.
Sounds it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have the audience.
Those are the moments
the audience like, what's wrong with that man?
Right.
What's he doing out on the stage? Where's the tomatoes?
It's not like they're sitting there going, well, he just had a 27-hour flight. Give him a break.
You don't get those kind of excuses.
No, man. But hey, listen, you spend enough time on stage, you experience everything. I mean, it's just one way, shape, or form. But the wedding, doing weddings, you got to contour to who's getting married. Corporate, you got to do. I've done them. Changing the lyrics to songs, for the corporate motto, and
all of that.
I did one down in with the Queen band, Absolute Queen, and they hired us to do their corporate kickoff, and they wanted us to do Bohemian Rhapsody. But we had to change the lyrics to their like literally. So we're sitting in the hotel room the night before, changing the lyrics to it, and got up and came downstairs at 8:00 in the morning and kicked it off and did it, and then went back and went to sleep. They got paid $10,000. Corporate gigs are great, man. Corporate gigs are great.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So what do you have? Besides obviously you got your bucket list going with fashion, eyewear, fedoras. You're killing that already, and that's going to be a laydown. What else is on the docket for you?
The only other thing that I am going to put my energies into in the next couple of years, we kind of I mentioned it briefly. My wife she's a script writer. She's got a couple of films out that she had a film on Tubi and I think a film on Amazon in the last 4 or 5 years.
All right.
Yeah, so she's a script writer, and what we like to do is she's written a couple of Christmas films and a couple of thrillers, and so we want to get another film out there. I think the last film we did was 2017 or so, 2018. But want to get
Christmas films like the Hallmark channel type of Christmas films.
Yeah, she absolutely loves Hallmark, and so she's very creative when it comes to writing, and she loves love and that kind of stuff. And I am not a writer in that sense, but we talk about the names of the films and we kind of use each other for inspiration. So that's the next thing I want to do. I want to, definitely fill up my calendar with the new band. Want this band to not just be a Florida band, lots of bands in Florida, but I want to be an international band, doing corporate things, parties and weddings. But outside of that, definitely want to invest in my wife's projects and us get some films out there because we're movie buffs. We love movies, and to be able to create something and watch it kind of come to fruition is pretty exciting. So that's
super cool, man.
Yeah,
that's super cool. And it's really sad because I could predict the future, and you didn't realize that I could do that. And the future tells me that your guitar player winds up with a serious toe disease.
Oh my gosh.
Has to step out, because his toe is swollen like a Flintstone toe.
He's just going to keep trying to get somebody to hire him as their guitarist.
I hear you, Eddie. I hear you, buddy. And if that ever happens, just know I got your number. I got your number, buddy.
He's got you, Ed.
He's gonna next rehearsal. He's gonna look at his guitar player and go, "Listen, if this guy Eddie reaches out to you, Just block his number. That's awesome, man. I remember you talking to me about your wife, and I think at that time she was doing a play production.
Yeah,
and that's way back when. So that's something I was going to touch on was the theater aspect.
She started out with plays. My wife loves to act, and we met a guy in it locally who was already doing plays, and my wife kind of just really wanted to dive in, and I was like, "Hey, go ahead and try it." So she got into a play, kind of got to understand the inner workings of how it works through the rehearsal and the production for it, and then we started out with plays and had a pretty successful run with plays. And then one of our friends, who is a good videographer kind of guy, he does a lot of videography. He was like, "Hey, why don't you think about turning one of your plays into a film?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, I don't know how to do that. Do you know?" He was like, "Well, we can figure out together." And so that's kind of how we got introduced to the filmmaking piece of it. And that's how she got her first film out. That first film, we got it on that film on Tubi. And I think we released that film in 2016 or 2017. And she's still getting royalties off of that film.
What's the film called?
Oh, that's good.
The Green Grass. It's called The Green Grass.
The Green Grass?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Green Grass on Tubi. I got to check that out.
Check it out. Well, it was our first film. Now, we had a budget of 0. So let me that out.
That's a big budget.
So it was like you asked all your friends to be in it, right?
Yeah. So we had thankfully we had a lot of people in the area that wanted to be a part. They didn't come with contracts and agents and stuff. They just wanted to be a part. And so we were able to use some folks that volunteered to be in, and then some folks we were able to pay and that kind of stuff. So it worked out. It was a good project. It was a learning experience, but she's still getting royalties off that thing. So I'm just like, hey.
Is it a drama, a comedy?
It's a drama. It's a drama. Okay. It's family drama. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, family drama.
The Green Grass on Tubi. All right. I have to check that out too. Yeah, and then maybe we'll have your wife on one of these shows.
Yeah.
Give her exposure.
Get the missus out there.
Yeah. I have a lot of people that are part of my LinkedIn family that are producers and all other stuff down in Hollywood. So hey, you never know. Somebody might.
You never know.
You know.
It would be cool if she wrote if she wrote something or put something together, and you put music around it.
Yeah, man, that's a dream right there.
Not throughout. I'm saying sporadically around different scenes
aspects
and movements
of it
and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool.
That's the goal. I would love to do that. Like intertwine all of our gifts into one project. Absolutely. That's the goal.
Yeah, that would be very, very interesting. Very interesting.
That would be cool.
Good.
Yeah. It takes money to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
You have to get funding. You have to get people that are going to give you funding for it,
Right.
And right now, I think a lot of the people out there are really kind of stingy. Someone said to me, well, that's why they're doing remakes of other movies because, everyone's afraid to lose their job and this and that. And there's so many people melding together, but you never know. You never know who looks at a script and says, I really would like to do this. And I'll really find the people to get in back of us and get it done.
Yeah, movies are tricky because of the money. You got people that will back movies, and then you have people that have had movies backed and don't like the way it turns out.
Right.
Because of creative control and back end money and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So you see a lot more people, even with musicians putting out their own albums, you see a lot more people financially backing their own stuff or getting
if they can,
but because then they keep control, and their product goes out the way they want it, and they make the money front and back, But it's like wave a wand and $3 million in your account.
Yeah,
and it doesn't really happen that way.
you got to have the mental stamina to keep up and deal with that, right? Like I put out songs and records and stuff like that, and seeing, not the outcome that I necessarily wanted. My wife put out a movie that we made from scratch, no budget, and she made more money from her movie than me with all of my base and all the stuff that I have. She made way more money than me. So it's tricky, it's risky. But for me, I'm doing what I love to do. And I've never wanted to be boxed in. I've never wanted to be told I got to do this kind of song. So I've been free and at peace with what I've done because I love to do what I do. So at this point, it's fun for me. Doing the weddings and the corporate gigs I get to be a rock star on the weekends. I absolutely love it. I make some good money from doing that. And
the real money's going to come,
and that's important.
Once you open up the fashion line, that's when that's when you're going to start banking.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yes, sir.
Then we're going to have to do a whole new podcast.
I want you to tell all your new fans, where are they going to find you?
They can find me on social media. Like I said, I have my I've got a whole bunch of social media links out there. I got Looks by Renard on TikTok and on Instagram. Okay. That's my fashion deal there. They can find me for the corporate wedding stuff on Instagram at the R. Anthony Band. And they can also find me at noahgraymusic.com. That's where they can book me if they want me to come and do a party or any kind of special event. They want to bring me internationally, they can do that too. I'm open.
Okay.
I'll go anywhere.
You're open to anything.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you're willing to fly 20,000 hours to Jakarta.
Really?
But next stop is basically Jupiter. You're like, let's go for Jupiter.
Yeah, go anywhere.
As long as I don't go to sleep before the gig, I'm good.
Right.
No blackout curtains.
Yeah. No blackout curtains. Right.
Are you kidding me? I can't live without those.
Oh man, it's dangerous.
That's pretty funny, man.
Well,
that is so fun. That was a great story.
That is a good story. We are funnyminds.com. And if you go on our site, you will see that we have a store. And in our store, we have some new items with new logos on it. And we have shirts and we have mugs. And, there's all new designs. And we're 420 friendly. So we have some shirts for that. Yes. And he's laughing.
I love that. 420 friendly. Come on.
We are 420 friendly. And
he thinks you got purple hair.
And really. And you can see us, our video on YouTube. And I'm really calling out to people to subscribe to the YouTube video. And we're on audio too. We're on all the major platforms. And I just want to say thank you. And we love being on, and we love having really entertaining people like you, which, I love your story. I love your whole look. I love your brand. I love your, you got to get that line going because it's absolutely, I love the way it looks.
You're lucky you're married.
Yeah, you're very lucky that you're married because Eddie might chase you. But we also have two organizations that we like to plug, and that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and Breast Cancer. Two very important organizations. And if you go on our site, there's a purple button. And if you're able to donate, that's fine. If not, keep them in mind because they are both two very wonderful organizations. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to all our fans and goodbye to you, R. Anthony, my favorite man with Blake Shelton. Yeah. You were wonderful to have on, and good luck to your wife and everything that you guys are going to do. And we'll keep in touch with you, over the months, maybe 6-7 months from now, we'll have you back and see, what's going on with you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So everybody out there, I say goodbye and I love you and be happy and be healthy.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
And smile and laugh because we know that laughter is the best medicine. So you keep on trucking.
All right,
keep on keeping on.
All right, my friend. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.